Okay, we're back from our short recess.
Okay.
And Allison, extension agent is here, with your update, so the floor is yours.
Okay, I think that'll be quick. I'll start with maybe not an update, but just a question. What is the plan, or is there a plan on this new building as far as furnishing? And I'm thinking like specifically the meeting room. Is that part of the funding plan, or is that a thought?
That is a thought. We've looked, I know we have the ability to go to the state surplus for furnishings, things of that nature. That was brought up in last week's meeting, to go there. Chairman Obert also stated she did some research on some tables and chairs through Costco. That was pretty inexpensive, I think, $3,000 for all the tables and chairs. It is being thought about, so.
Well, here's why I'm asking. So we have needed for a while in the meeting room that, in the ambulance building that we're using, some more chairs, especially as our freight program begins to grow. I've been kind of looking for used ones. In fact, I looked at the state surplus. It's been a while, but they didn't have anything when I looked. I probably should time to look again because I know that changes. And I kind of keep my eye open for used ones, but they don't really seem to come up. I don't think people keep hold of their folding chairs if they have them. So I guess one thought I had was, well, if this new building is going forward, which this seems to progress, is, maybe we could get a few chairs that we just take with us when we go to the new building. They would belong to the county, obviously, and then we would just take them with us. And I don't think we need a ton because that room's not huge anyway, but even if we had 10 or 15 more chairs, would be awesome. We had a 4-H meeting in there last week, and I was pulling chairs from our offices to go fill the meeting room because we just didn't have enough space. There's lots of tables. There's probably more tables than we need. We're just short on chairs. And so if there's a source, or if we could buy some now and just take them with us, or I didn't know what you guys were thinking.
You're talking about folding chairs.
Yeah, just a plain old folding chair. Yep. So, and like I said, you don't need too many. Or if you hear of, some more used ones, like I said, it's usually fine, and I'm kind of keeping my ears open. But
Is it, do you want a decision now on going ahead, or do you want to do a little more checking first?
you don't have to decide today. It's just something that's I've just been kind of thinking
Okay.
on. And I can certainly, if you'd like me to get more information, I can call Surplus again or get some prices on some new chairs, and come with some options if that's what you'd like me to do. I just was throwing it out today because it's been on my mind.
Okay. Okay.
So do you want me to do some more?
Yeah, why don't
research?
you go ahead and do
Okay.
that then, and,
Yeah.
that sound okay with you, Nick?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, I'll do that, and then at the next meeting, I'll just bring them up, because there's no rush. We've been making it work fine on what we have, but sometimes people are sitting on the ledges or sitting on the
Sure.
little fireplace.
No.
For the time being, is there some that we could borrow from the library?
I don't know. I don't know if they'd let us use them or just keep them in there or not.
For, since, it is a community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know the chairs that are in there, I think are kind of, they're really mismatched. If you ever look, I think there's some
Oh,
from the
yeah.
hospital and ambulance, and I don't know if any belong to the county, but, they work.
Sure.
Chairs.
Yeah,
So-
just check on that and go from there.
Okay, I will do that. And then I guess as far as updates go, first off, just one general extension update is we have a new regional department head in the western region. And that's, his name's Dan Lucas. He's actually been an extension agent in Phillipsburg is what I was thinking, Granite County for a while. And he starts officially January 1st. So I would expect at some time he'd probably come and introduce himself. I have no idea when that'll be. I'm sure he's got a lot going on when he first starts. But I just want to let you know that Steve Sieglin, I don't know if you've met him, I know you have, Franklin. I think you did. Maybe
Good
not.
have it.
Maybe, maybe not.
My memory is-
He's got a different position at MSU, but he'll be finishing out at the end of the year, yes. And then just some things going on in our office, 4-H wise, we are kind of wrapping up our re-enrollment. We're looking at higher numbers than last year already, and I still expect maybe some new ones yet to come in. One of my goals this next year is we really need a fifth club in the county. We've had 4 pretty steadily for a while. There used to be more than that, but we're starting to outgrow them, especially right here in town. We're getting an increase of kids who are interested in some of our indoor projects that are not interested in livestock, which is great. But we almost need a club that's kind of geared towards that target audience. Not that they can't fit in another club, but that's one idea. We're also getting an increase in kids participating in the Three Forks end of the county. I had a bunch of new families enroll this year from down there. So it might be that we would look at maybe having a club that's primarily, that Three Forks
South
end,
end.
South end, yeah. So anyway, something we're looking at, but higher numbers and needing a new club is a good problem, is how I look at it. So just gonna find leaders. We've had some big things in the last few weeks. We had our awards night a few weeks ago. Last week we had a big countywide meeting where we did a new family orientation, and we did like a model meeting, what does 4-H meeting look like. We did some team building, just kind of had a fun night with the whole county. That was non-competition based. And then, let's see, in agriculture, we have a couple things in the works there. I have another Rancher Roundtable meeting next week, and this is kind of a follow-up from our summer programs. We're going to talk about cover crops and intensive grazing, and then hopefully I'll do another one when I get back at least part-time from maternity leave. And then we're also starting to plan our winter crop school that we do every year. And so we have a planning meeting for that here in a couple weeks, and that's typically around the end of February, middle end of February. So we haven't set a date yet, but we're starting the planning stages for that. So, and then hoping to do more in the spring once I get back from my leave in that realm. So.
When did you start your leave again?
Well, we'll see how things go, but I would say middle of December.
Okay.
So my due date is December 21st. So
Right on.
see when she decides to make an appearance. I'm going to work as long as I can until the doctor recommends that I not come. So, and then I can take MSU policy. I can take 12 weeks. Which I plan to do, but I don't plan on taking it consecutively. So what I mean by that is I'll take probably a solid 6 to 8 weeks and then come part-time. And so it'll still be 12 weeks, but it'll be extended out. So I expect, depending on when she comes, probably start back full-time in probably April at some point, but I'll come back part-time probably by the end of February.
Okay.
So that's kind of how that'll look, more or less. See how daycare goes and everything. Yeah, that's the plan. So that's partly why I don't, some of these things are not really on hold, but just, I'm just not gonna set dates yet until I get back and get settled and see what life's gonna be like. So yeah, that's kind of what we got going on right now.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Well, thank you.
yeah. Any questions for me?
I also, and your little deal in the paper, that you're finding high nitrates in this volunteer grain stuff that's coming up. Is that typical? I've never heard of nitrates in the volunteer stuff. Of course, maybe it's a little more this year because of that rain right there in October.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Actually, there's probably a couple things I didn't mention there. So we are seeing a little bit of a nitrate issue in those volunteer grains. And I'll tell you why I think there's an issue is, and it's not issue everywhere, because not everything that we're testing is showing high nitrates, but some are, maybe about half and half. So we had that really wet early fall, if you remember, and it caused that flush of grass and volunteer grain throughout the whole county. And then probably about a month, 6 weeks ago, that rain kind of turned off. People turned their irrigation off. So I think that I think a couple things happened. The volunteer grain got a little stressed because it wasn't receiving its moisture. And then two, because our daylight is lengthening, nitrates will naturally disperse through photosynthesis. But because the daylight time is shorter, I don't think those nitrates are don't have as much time to naturally get rid of them. So between being stressed and shorter days is why we're seeing some nitrate issues. just based on the fall that we've had.
Is it about equal between barley and wheat, or have you?
I've seen it in both.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have. Let's say in the summer, I typically see more issues in barley. But on the volunteer grains that I've tested this fall, I've definitely seen probably about half and half. Yeah, I've seen it in wheat and barley. It seems to be.
Gosh, what's on that volunteer gritty up there?
It is. Yeah, it's crazy. And you know, definitely it's something that ranchers, it's definitely could be a valuable forage if they can use it. Just, you know, be careful and, you know, there's a few tricks we can do. Now that we've had a killing frost, maybe that'll help a little bit to stop that growth. It's been growing all
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah, also.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's the-
Temperatures the way they've been and.
Mhm. Yeah, oh, another program I probably shouldn't fail to mention, that I helped with, but it wasn't all me, is we did a farm extrication training. You may have saw that in the paper last week. And that was awesome. I can't say enough about that, and really was a partnership between fire, EMS, our office, and the MSU Fire Services Training School. And I spent a day out there with the guys and gals as they were doing farm extrication, and it was a phenomenal program.
Yeah, I attended one of those, that's many years ago, out there,
Uh-huh.
your area there, that, oh gosh, I was still in the fire department search and rescue at that time, so it's been back quite a while.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they said it's probably been over 20 years since they've been there. Does
Probably
that sound
so.
about right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably so.
Yeah, but it was great, and I think everyone got a lot out of it, even for someone like me who's not an emergency responder, but you know, lives on a ranch and works with
Mhm.
ranchers. Just watching it and being there to understand the process that the firefighters are going through was really valuable, and so it was a great training. So, yeah. Other questions for me?
No,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if there's anything else we should be doing or if you have questions on, you know where to find us. And I'll do some research on those chairs and
Yeah.
maybe try to come up with a couple different options and see where it goes.
Perfect. Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you, Ms. Nelson.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. We try to keep you ahead of schedule.
Yeah, come on. Okay, as you know, we're jumping ahead pretty good here, so, Nicole Brown, Community Development Director, request final plat approval, SJM minor subdivision.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am well. How are you?
Good, thank you.
So you're not seeing double here. So this is the SJ minor subdivision. We are requesting final plat approval. Developer David Nunn is here today as well. This is a one lot minor subdivision off of Highway 287. It says Highway 12. It's also Highway 12, 12287.
Yeah. Okay, refresh me, this is, in front of your, where you have your buildings now, is that correct? Is that the one where the cul-de-sac just went in? That's it, okay.
And Barnum Trail sign just went in
Yep.
right there. So Hatfield's none, and then former none that they Nelson.
Yeah,
And then
this is everything same as we had on the preliminary.
Yep, and I'll go over all of the conditions, just to show you that we've met all of them. And if you agree with me, you can sign the plat when you're done.
You
I'm
brought a
always
special-
right, so-
I know, right?
Kidding. And I brought special pens, two
Oh,
of them
good, all
from
right.
Ann's office, so I'll put them back. All right, so I'll just throw those out there. This is 1 and 2. Condition 1 states plans for sewage treatment and water supply shall be submitted to Montana Department of Environmental Quality for review and approval. So this is the DEQ approval. Number 2, a stormwater drainage plan meeting the requirements of the county subdivision regulations shall be submitted for review and recommendation. So that's also included in the DEQ approval. Condition 3, all roads must be designed in accordance with Broadwater County road standards, stamped by a professional engineer and submitted to the county road department for review and approval. A letter from the PE shall be provided to the county stating that the roads and any improvements have been constructed in accordance with the approved plans and specifications, and that he or she has completed an inspection of the roads and any improvements. So there's the testing information where the gravel was tested, and then there's the letter from the the engineer stating that all roads have been constructed. And by roads, it is just that cul-de-sac, because really they felt he did have to construct to this lot, so. Even though the driveways will break off of this cul-de-sac and come down here for each of the homes. Skipping ahead here. Number 4, internal access road shall be given a unique road name, which it has. I think that's very unique and fitting. So that's been installed out there.
Yeah, I noticed and I was like, what in the world?
I know. Barn.
What didn't Turner have us, that big sign was up there, bar none? What the heck was that, bar?
He used to have Bar None Trucking.
Barn.
No, it's Ted Turner's ground back up there.
Tied to Ted Turner.
What's that?
There's Bar None Trucking that's tied to Ted Turner.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
But he had a big sign up there on top of Lombard Hill, and
Yep.
so we cut it down, and burned it down and stuff, but that's been years ago. But, I think I'd bar none on it.
That's funny. So we have a new road in the county. Barn
Yeah.
Trail.
No association with Ted Turner.
Small disclaimer. Don't cut down the side. Number 5, weed management plan, signed and approved by county weed coordinator and weed board. Number 6, this is a letter from Postmaster Gail Boucher stating that the plans for the location and installation of individual mailboxes shall be reviewed and approved by the U.S. Postal Service. So there's mailboxes currently out here, and she's
So are they gonna be-
fine with that.
They're just not gonna be in the cul-de-sac?
She's fine with where they're at now.
Oh.
I think it's probably just as convenient for them to pull in off of the highway and use that, so. Number 7, all of the electronic materials have been sent and they're all in my computer, so I don't have anything to show you there, but, 8, this is a unique kind of fire plan that David put together, being a fire guy. Ed, in fact, was so impressed with it that he asked for a copy to use for future subdivisions, so. 8 is the applicant and the Fire Protection Authority shall use their best efforts to draft a fire protection plan specifically for this subdivision. And so, this is the signed and approved fire plan, signed by Fire Chief Ed Schindel.
Give us a little update without having to read through it. What is
A
your,
lot of it's Firewise, tied to the Montana Firewise, where keeping your fuels, what you build around the structure, so it's not flammable and not able to conduct fire from a grass fire, prairie fire into the house itself. So kind of leave it more of the natural landscaping, not using, cedars, making sure your wood's pulled away from your decks, and your decks kind of using composite material, those type of things, so.
Very nice.
now, did you put pay the $1,000 to the?
No, he did not request it.
Oh, okay.
Ed did not
Oh,
request
okay.
it. And as I've said before, whatever he says he wants, that's what's brought forward to you and negotiated with the developer. If the developer doesn't like what the fire department stated or what they want from it, but the fire department is just fine with this plan, no additional funding, no water source, so. So you're aware of that. 9 is the final plan. It's been signed and approved by our examining land surveyor. It'll be signed by David today and potentially the commissioners. Oh, I'm on there, but I don't need to sign it either. Anyway, final plat. 10, commission required covenants, and that's double-sided. Do you want me to read over all of these?
We went through that last time, didn't we?
And there's nothing new or significant on there. I just, if you want me to read over them, I will. But they're basically FYI covenants. If you think there might be radon in your home, you can
Oh.
do something about it. You can't come back on the commissioners. If there's an earthquake, it's not the county's fault if you don't have water. So they're basically the same for every subdivision. Every once in a while, there'll be something in there specific to that subdivision, but I'll be sure and always point that out to you. But in this instance, they're
But she
just
read
the same.
before, okay with you?
And the only address change will be this, on this block.
No, they're all going to have to.
Oh, that's right.
Because, and I did, I also, just so you're aware, I'm not an emergency responder. So I can say what I think they should do, because Mr. Hatfield did come into me and say, we really have to change our address. And I said, well, I would say you should, because now you're accessing off of Barnum Trail via Highway 287, which is what their address is. So I sent an email out to Mary Mystic with ambulance, Sheriff Wynn Meehan, and who else?
Ed?
Thank you, Ed. And I got a response from Wynn and Ed, and they both said they would like their addresses to reflect the new road. They think that it should follow all proper 911 addressing regulations. So that'll be my next order of business, is to send a letter to each of those folks saying, hey, your new address is blank.
Okay.
So, but they won't, since they're not part of the subdivision, they won't have to purchase the sign. You know, of course, I'll give them that option. If they want to purchase a sign, it's $20. This lot won't have the option. When they come in to apply for an address, they will have to pay the $20
And that's what
for the sign.
made me think of
Mhm.
that. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see, 11, prior to filing the final plat, following improvements shall be installed or otherwise guaranteed. Roads, done. Road identification signs and traffic signs, those have been done. Utilities abutting and available to the lot, which has been done. And any necessary improvements required by the stormwater drainage plan, weed management plan, or the driveway approach. So that's all done. And then 12A. All taxes for the current tax year have been paid, which means you paid all the way up through May of 2017. And that's a copy of the tax receipt there. And then 12B, provide documentation showing that the applicant is the lawful owner of the property with the apparent authority to subdivide the same. And that's just showing that the heirs of this Arizona estate are the owners of the property, which is dated. And that is it for their list of conditions. I'll keep it. I'll
Okay,
get to her
all right.
later.
Wasn't quite sure.
She's not done. Did you have any questions?
No? I'll just ready for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve final plat for the SJN minor subdivision.
I'll second it. Been moved and seconded, that we approve the final plat of the SJM minor subdivision. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Beautiful.
So you need signatures on all of them?
On all four.
Four of them.
Yep.
Can't use my pen.
Can't, can I use a special pen?
You always got a special
A
pen.
special pen. I really grabbed two just in case one didn't work. When I ran out of my office, I forgot.
I'll just leave it here, lay on top of it.
That's what I had to get to.
I'll have to turn it, won't it?
Yeah, sometimes you just turn the pen a little bit and it works, I have no idea.
Try it off the side here, see. Circle there.
Check and see.
Is that yours?
Police truck.
Oh, is it?
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where we go? It skips her once in a while. Trying to get you a new pen.
Right? Maybe next
Or
fiscal
else
year.
it's just, maybe I push too hard sometimes, I don't know.
Awesome. Thank you both very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys have a little happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you as well.
You too.
See you after a little bit.
Yes, I'm gonna have him pay all of his fees now. Are you gonna be up here for a touch longer?
I'll be up here probably another half an hour anyway.
Okay. He lives close to the road. Thank you.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead with our, you let her Dr. Adjourn for a while, there's nothing else. I think we go ahead with our resolution, is it called resolution, or is it called?
There, you have to have the public hearing.
Yeah, we have
first.
to have a public, so we need to, we probably should wait for the public hearing. If it's posted at 11, even though they are subject to change, but if it's a public hearing,
Yeah,
I would assume we'd have to wait till 11 for the public hearing.
probably would be a good idea.
Yeah. So we can recess for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get breakfast.